Hello and welcome to Elizabeth's Craft Room. Today I'm going to do a project that's inspired by page 17 of the Spring Summer catalogue, and it's this tag come bookmark project here. So the stamp set I'm using is called So Very Grateful, and I'm going to use this image here. And let's get the right block. There we go. And I'm going to start off by stamping that in StazOn, which I have here on my messy desk. You can't see how messy this desk is, but it is messy at the moment. And I'm going to just stamp this kind of there, I think. Very pretty image. And the next thing I'm going to do is to use our tag punch. This particular one I think is my favourite product from the Spring Summer catalogue, and I really hope it's going to be staying with us in the new big catalogue because it's just wonderful. All you need basically is a piece of cardstock 2 inches wide, and then you, as you saw, you just slide it in and punch, and you get this beautiful scalloped topping and the little hole for your ribbon. I found it really useful for all sorts of things, not just tags, but today it's a tag we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp some of the greetings that are from this stamp set. I'm going to do a little thank you, and for this one I'm going to stamp it in StazOn, and I'm going to go straight onto the card just like that, and that is not at all straight. So what happens when you do that? It's what we call an embellishment opportunity. It means now that I can take a pair of scissors and cut this out and stick it over the top of my crooked thank you. And it'll be like that's what I meant to do in the first place. And I'm just making some little flag ends on there. There we go. And what I'll do is I will pop that up on some dimensionals and cover up my crooked thank you. It's usually sticky strip that does that. It's obviously not going to be my day today, so here we go. There you go. You see, now it just looks better. That's what I meant to do, honest. Okay, so I'm just going to take that one off and put this one on. This is one of another one of the greetings from this same stamp set, so very grateful. And this one says, "You're so very giving." And this one is the one I meant to do this time. I'm going to cut this one out. And what I'll do this time, because I've popped that one up, then I'll do the opposite with this one. So I will actually glue this one straight on. So I would have gone the other way round, which is what they've got in the catalogue. But it just goes to show there's always the opportunity to just change something around and put your own spin on it, or make up for the fact that you didn't stamp something straight. As my upline Amanda always says, straight is overrated. So I'm going to just pop that in there with a little bit of glue. And that says, "You're so very giving." Okay, now I'm going to get one of our punches. And I'm going to use this one here, which is called the Scallop Trim Ribbon Border Punch, and pop that in. Line it up along the bottom and give that a punch. I'm going to need just a little trim there. And that's given me a nice punched border along there. And if we look in the magazine, in the catalogue, they've got a pink layer and a black layer. Now I've done mine slightly different because I've chosen a different border punch. I think they might have used a die from Stampin' Up. So I don't want to have the whole length of this, so I'm just going to cut a little piece off. And put some glue on there. And then we can just use that to back and make our little border pop. And then this one has some black at the bottom and some little, by the looks of it, little doodle dots. So I'm going to take a piece of black cardstock. What I'm going to do this time though is I'm going to go down the whole length of the back. So to make sure, I didn't put that in all the way, so let's push that in all the way. That's how it works. There we go. So to make sure I've got that at the right length that I want it, I'll punch that first, and then we want to go, I would say, about that sort of length there. So make a little mark with my scissors, and then I'll just go and cut that in. Alright, so that's all trimmed up. So I'm now going to go ahead and put some glue on this black piece. And obviously not right down to the bottom because that's going to protrude out. And pop that on there. And that means we've got a nice flat, neat back piece as well as a nice front piece. So we're going to add a little bit of colour now to the greeting. And I'm going to pick out the Melon Mambo because that's the colour that I picked out there. I'm going to do a little bit in the middle there, and some of the smaller flowers there in the Melon Mambo. And there's all sorts of ways that you could colour this. You could use blender pens or aqua painters. What I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on with markers today. I'm going to use, this was Primrose Petals, so it's just a slightly paler pink. So those flowers there. And then I'm going to do a much paler pink to finish off, and this one is the Pink Pirouette, which is our palest of pinks. Now, rather than doing the leaves in a natural colour, I'm actually going to do the leaves in the Coastal Cabana because I think it just picks up the other colours that are in this card. So you don't always have to think about nature, you can just think about the colours that you like the look of. I think that's a nice combination. And then just to finish off, I'm going to use some Bermuda Bay ribbon and my ribbon scissors. I'm going to thread it through here and make a loop. Just have that popping out of the top. So I've got a couple of little things I want to do before I completely finish. I'm going to do some little doodle dots, and this is in the chalk marker that's in the Spring Summer catalogue. which I really like. I'm going to just go over there again and just do some little doodle dots. And the other thing I'm going to do is to take the image, the stamped image that we used at the beginning, and I'm going to get one of those little flowers, colour it in and cut it out, and I'm going to pop that onto the bottom of the card. Right, so I've popped a little flower on there, and I've also cut out two little leaves which are still joined together there, and I'm just going to stick those on with a little bit of Tombow and just tuck those underneath. The flower is on a dimensional, so it's given me the chance to tuck underneath. So there you go. There's my finished tag. Inspired but not quite in the same colours as the one that's in the catalogue. I hope you've enjoyed your visit to Elizabeth's Craft Room today. Come back again soon for more.